What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Collector Strikes Back. Episode, what, Manny?
22.
22. Deuce in the building. We just want to take this time right now to recognize and acknowledge all the people involved in the fires that's going on in Los Angeles right now. It's very traumatic. I know being Filipino, I have a lot of family members that are nurses, and they are in the hospitals working. Some of them double shifts right now. My girlfriend's mom actually came out on CNN, and she was there with Anderson Cooper.
Anderson Cooper?
Yeah. And she was like, I didn't even know that was him because he's wearing a mask.
Oh,
but
okay.
She's like, and then she got a photo of her, and her glasses are all messed up. She's like, I wish I would have known they were taking pictures. But God bless them, all the work that they're doing out there right now.
It's been, look, we never really like to, this is not the show really where we talk about politics or tragedies and all that stuff. But I mean, just to see this happening, I just got back from Mexico, and I'm just thinking to myself, I was just flying in, I saw just, the dark clouds.
Ooh.
And,
did you see the fire as well?
I just barely flew in last night. So I came in like in the afternoon, and you can just see just a cloud, a cloud within a cloud. And now, you watch the reports of how mishandled this was. And to me, it's a black eye on the state, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, what are we
a black
doing?
Eye?
A black eye.
I thought you said a black guy.
No, a black eye.
A black guy on the state? What's that? Enemy of the state?
No, I mean, it's just like, what are we doing, bro?
What was the mistakes that they said that they were?
I guess I want to say not enough water in the fire hydrants, right, Solomon? We heard.
Yeah, but I don't like to repeat that. So, I mean, you don't know why.
That's one of them. They say, and then then the leadership from the governor or the mayor, and it's just like
they also said they had cut some funding, like
yes,
about $18 million of funding or something.
Yeah, they cut $18 million in funding, I guess,
from the firefighters.
For firefighters, where they could have used those bodies to help out, and and it's just like, damn, what are we doing, man? We're the richest, we're one of the richest states out there. Let's show it, but and then all of a sudden, Pacific Palisades, it's just tragic, man. All the property that was damaged, all the homes.
What threw me off was that firefighters don't usually happen in California this time of year. It's usually like in the summertime when all the brush is dry and stuff like that. So for it to happen like in December or January, to me, it was like, whoa, that is weird. And then I woke up that morning and the winds were just really
the
crazy.
Santa Ana winds.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, this is more windier than usual. And then I guess that's one of the main culprits was spreading the fire.
Yeah,
was the winds.
Yeah.
Right. And then I think when the winds happen, these transformers end up like getting knocked off and blowing up.
Not the Decepticons or Autobots, you guys.
No.
Yeah.
But these transformers, I don't know if you're aware of them. I think Southern California Edison or whatever. They're the only ones. There might be a couple other electric companies that deal with transformers, but they blow up a lot quite often.
Right.
And you think with today's technology that they would have ways to sustain that from happening more, like maybe some kind of thing if they do explode that it's contained inside of its container or something or it doesn't fall off. But I was talking to a comedian at the Comedy Store, and he was saying that could be a good way of terrorists to get at us is if they just blew up all these transformers because there's no way that they can get them repaired as fast and getting them back up to. It would just wipe out the city grid of electricity.
It's terrible. And again, not only like you see all these, and it's mainly like you said, all these Studio City, Woodland Hills, like, and then to top it off, there's people that are doing fires on purpose.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Yeah. They caught some guy the other day in Woodland Hills. Now he's like lighting stuff on purpose. I'm like, what are we doing, man?
Well, it gets scary. It almost kind of reminds me of The Purge, because. We were at the Comedy Store and all the electricity went out. And a lot of the comedians were hanging out at the store because their electricity at their house went out.
Okay.
And then
somewhere to chill.
Yeah, somewhere to chill. And then you really can't complain about your electricity going out when people are losing their houses.
Not just that. And then I also read that there was over 300 animals that were sheltered in Pasadena. Like, in case anybody wants to go out there to the shelter and just, these animals are affected too. I'm an animal person. I love animals.
I heard, I don't know if this is true, but they have to kill some of those animals because they're getting caught on fire and they're running and they're on fire and that's actually spreading the fire. So they have to like shoot the animal It's like, oh my God, you can imagine you're being burned and then you're running like help, and then someone shoots you. Like,
I mean,
like
again, it's again for those of you guys that are, and I know they have places where you could donate money. Please, we're gonna be fine. LA will come back, but sometimes don't believe everything you read. Like somebody said that the Hollywood sign's on fire now. Like it's fine from what I heard. Now it's okay. The Hollywood sign's intact. So.
But I like that you did say that. Like, if there's anything that we can do,
Yeah.
Please let us know if there's any. I mean,
there's
I
extra.
know
If there's extra, websites or whatever that we could donate. Let us know. We'll put it up on our page or whatever, and links, whatever that you guys know we could donate. Please let us know. And for any of you guys affected by that, please, our hearts and prayers go out to you, you and your family, and hopefully everyone is safe and. Hopefully this, gets better sooner than later.
it's something you don't want to wish on anybody.
Absolutely not.
And then a lot of people are like, they're saying, oh, it happened in Pacific Palisades and they're rich and those are
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, or whatever. Yes, it's Pacific Palisades is a very affluent community. So is Santa Monica. I mean, look at some things at PCH. Some businesses were just burnt to a crisp.
Right.
Everything. Yeah, I mean, I've driven. I know you've been on that path on Highway 1. All that stuff was up in smokes, man.
Yeah, and I thought 2025 was going to be a bad year because like there's nothing being made with Star Wars and all this stuff like that. There's no movies coming out, but this caught me.
Like this is reality.
This is reality. This is not fantasy.
This is not.
This is not a galaxy far, far away. This is in our neighborhood, in our backyard.
This is in our backyard.
Yeah,
so
it's something very serious. And I know we kind of joke around it, but it's not a joking matter right now.
And then for everybody that's posting stuff on social media too, like of the fires, like, with your opinions and all that stuff, why don't you guys direct that into energy to helping out others in a positive way.
Instead of trying to get views.
Yeah, like views is like, hey, you see this fire, the government should do this. Like, we don't need that right now. Right now, more than anything, we need to just be unite.
Water.
We need water.
Yeah.
People are saying prayers. No, they need water, dude. They need water. Take out these fires. We need water, you guys. But again, our hearts and prayers go out to everybody, and we will get back on our feet. We always do, and let's go from there. But
wait, before you go, I will admit some of those conspiracy theories are pretty fun, though. I don't know.
Yes, they are. They are entertaining.
What are
the ones where they have like, oh, did you see that thing go across the sky and all this other stuff? And did you notice it was on this day and that day? Interesting. Like as if somebody's like setting these things on purpose or whatever.
Okay, and then they did say something. Now I don't know if this is true or not. And viewers, if you let us know, we don't know. Is it true that they have inmates helping out with some of these?
Oh yeah,
that is true.
Oh, that's absolutely.
Oh yeah, that's 100%.
Yeah, and that's normal. That's normal.
Yeah, they're
that's
actually
normal?
crews that George was telling me. Evans, his cousin, was part of that crew. And they would go out there and what they do. There's a whole science behind fighting fires, and they don't actually put out the fires, but they all the foliage and dry brush, they push it all aside, and they actually kind of direct the fire which way they want it to go, depending upon which way the wind's blowing, so they can contain the fire from going even further. So it's not like immediately putting water on the fire, but it's planning ahead of time, staying 2 or 3 steps ahead of the fire.
Yeah, sometimes they actually set fires, to just have burn out stuff so it won't go a certain direction.
So yeah, they set fires to burn an area. So when the fire is coming to it, that's already burnt. It'll move on and go to another area. So it's like preventing. So it prevents this whole city from getting burnt.
Okay, so but when these inmates, obviously they're being monitored and being supervised.
Oh yeah,
hardcore.
And you have to be a certain type of inmate to do that. They don't just take anybody.
Like low risk
or outstanding behavior and stuff like that. You get rewarded with that.
Yeah,
and so it's kind of a good thing because they're actually helping the community. And if they die, they're just criminals.
Wow.
No.
Damn. So that is true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They actually have a TV show about that.
Yeah. I don't. Do you remember what it was called?
I want to say Country Fire or something. I'll look it up.
Fire Time. Oh no.
I mean, doing time. But again, it's just a tragic situation. Yeah. So let's just get past this.
I mean, how do you go from Star Wars after this? I mean, like, you know what I mean? It's the closest thing from the Death Star, like destroying a planet. Like, I mean, but it was just, I saw pictures from an airplane people were showing me, and you could just see at nighttime this whole area just lit up.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like unreal.
And the air quality is just it's just bad, you know. And
yeah, I was
a lot of people out there with asthmatic problems. I'm one of them, and I'm glad that hopefully you guys are staying safe too, because anytime you inhale any of that stuff, it goes right through. Oh, no.
Yeah.
No. But anyways,
we'll be like Darth Vader wearing masks.
we can walk around just breathing hard. This episode today, I wanted to talk about retro collection. I'm a big fan of the retro collection. Retro collection has made a big comeback, and what I like about retro, bro, it's paying homage and respect to the original Kenner figures.
Okay. Because retro to me is old stuff, vintage, right? But they're making new retro. So it's kind of an oxymoron. It's like a jumbo shrimp. I mean, it's like new and it's retro, but it is paying homage. And anytime you pay homage to anything, it's like out of respect.
And these what Solomon just pulled up right now was something I was just talking to you about right before the show. Now, this is a new one that just came out. It's the Attack the Clones and Revenge of the Sith combo pack. Usually it's just one movie line, you know, but now they kind of put 3 and 3.
Okay.
And
because that's Jango Fett, and then that's Anakin, but that's from Revenge of the Sith.
Right.
Because Anakin in Clone Wars still had the braid.
Yes.
He was still younger. And then that's the clone. That's the original clone, right? Phase 1?
Phase 1, yeah. So I'm definitely going to be getting this very soon. I'm just waiting for the price to drop a little bit. They started out this one a little bit high.
So it's 6 action figures.
It's 6 action figures, you know. And usually when you get these kinds of figures, even with the vintage collection, you want to make sure that if you could get away by paying less, no more than 20 for each figure, you're good. I mean, that's a good investment. But because they do go up in price, but and like for
$20 for each figure?
No, less than 20.
Because 20 is how much you probably pay for the 6-inch version, right?
Right.
These normally will go for
because the 6-inch usually varies from
24
from $19.99 to $24.99.
Okay,
and you know that from seeing the ones that you've gotten at Target.
The 3 3/4 inch normally go what from 10 to
no. They start out now. Before back in the days, they would start out under 10, but now they're starting off at
15.
12. Like the one I got in Texas was $12, and then $14.99. You know,
wow.
So that if you could get it around that price range, that's what you want. But this Attack of the Clones, this is the newest wave that just came out.
This is on eBay now.
This is on eBay, yeah. So they're bidding for this right now. Those are the ones that you and I have gotten right there. The ones at Ross, the 2-packs.
Okay, yeah.
Again, I'm about the retro collection because I enjoy vintage modern theme and look. Now, when it comes to the old figures, what is it? What is the one that you?
Well, I'm old school in a sense, like because. You know how your parents complain, like you buy jeans with holes in them?
Yeah.
Like, why are you buying jeans that got holes in them? Yeah. So like the vintage packaging, they show the box and the box looks like they're damaged and worn out, but that's just the style of it.
That's
just a brand new box.
That's what I like about that too. It looks kind of like
it looks like it's worn and faded, right?
Worn and faded.
So the old school me is like, why are you gonna buy a toy that's like ruined already and old school? But that's fashion, or that's how it is. That's what kids are doing nowadays, Dad.
It's a good time, and one of these we'll be dissecting a little bit more. The one in the end, that's the one I just got, and I brought today. But again, I've for those of you guys, is there a particular retro figure that you're out there looking for? Let us know. I'm just a fan of them, and what I've been doing at my place with my towers is I have one tower that's all retro, and another tower is almost full retro too. So I'm going with the retro theme and then some. But what I don't like, and I think we discussed it for a little bit before on one of the episodes, what I don't like is when they have a normal figure, okay, and then they put the retro on it. It's like you need to pick a side.
Right.
But I guess it's just, just double the pleasure.
Yeah. Because the retro figures are the action pieces that have minimal points of articulation. Yeah.
Right. Points of articulation.
So, but they try to put a new one in there with the old card and the coin.
Right.
And that's like, who are you trying to fool?
Yes. So again, so now what I'm doing in 2025, I'm not trying to buy double. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to buy, like, let's just say if they have a Darth Vader, then they made a retro of it. I'd rather pick the retro.
Okay.
Okay, or just pick a side, or just go with the regular one. Don't buy the retro. Because what I'm doing is the only difference is one is faded, one card is faded, the other one has a sticker that says retro, but it's the same damn figure.
Right.
And to me, why they do that, I have no idea. I need to maybe watch. Shout out to the Padawan collector. He's a very insightful.
Good. A lot of information.
A lot of information. Like you guys, if you guys don't want to watch our stuff, if there's somebody else I'd recommend, it would be his, because he's like a Wikipedia when it comes to these damn figures.
Well, I know you know a lot, so for you to give up credit to somebody else,
I mean,
says that person knows
to
a
me,
lot.
he was actually one of the guys that actually inspired me to start doing this podcast, because I was like, one day I was just chilling at home, and then I text you, I was like, hey man, this dude right here.
Right.
I mean, because I do know a lot about the toys, but sometimes like this guy like knows his stuff.
Right.
And he'll get each figure and just go to town on it.
Right.
And so yeah, hopefully I'd love to get him on an episode one of these days. I don't know where he's based out of, but the dude, Padawan collector, shout out. So he's actually nice.
So I noticed at your house, like on your towers, you have the retro, but they're kind of like they're not the original retros, because I think in your display cases is where you have the original, like the Adaman.
Yeah, Adaman. Because what I'm gonna do is on one certain display, I do have the vintage toys, the vintage,
true vintage.
Couple of vehicles. I have the Slave One, I have a Dangar in a package, a Manaman, obviously the prize jewel in a package, and then when I'm going with this theme on the bottom row, I had and I'll shoot a video. We could load that up too. On the bottom row, I have Return of the Jedi, middle Empire Strikes Back, and then top Star Wars. And then one is just bounty hunters.
Oh,
we have all the bounty hunters.
Yeah. So where's the Rancor at?
The Rancor's on the bottom with the Return of the Jedi, and it's cool because I have the Max Rebo band, Nice Snoodles.
Okay. So these are all open ones.
These are all the open ones, but in
they're
great condition.
In great condition.
Damn near. Just good, just damn good condition.
So vintage is different from retro.
Yes, vintage. You guys know is
the original,
the collection from 1977 to 1984 or 85. That era, that 8-year span of just good stuff.
Like those vans that you brought in that time. That's vintage.
The vans, that's vintage, and all that stuff. And for me, like what I do like I said, why I like the retro, it is paying respect and homage to that time. So, and it's the same figures as them. They just put them in a nice package.
And they're newer because this one you have right here, the Obi-Wan Kenobi still has the vinyl cape.
Yes. And we can start messing with that right now. Go ahead and grab it. So when we're looking at these figures, you guys,
now the vinyl cape to me sucks. As a guy, as a kid that plays with toys,
you weren't into the vinyl cape.
Yeah, because it would break, it would rip. But as a collector,
as a collector, what is it you didn't like? You didn't like the fact that it ripped and stuff.
It ripped and it didn't lay like real cloth. It was just vinyl. You could totally tell it's fake. But like you're saying, go ahead.
Yeah. So definitely, you guys. I just got this on eBay. I put a bid for it. I got it for $63. This is the Star Wars one. It has C-3PO, R2-D2, Obi-Wan, Death Star Commander Jawa, and Tusken Raider. And yes, they are. It's right here on eBay too as well. So they are
$64.95 on eBay. How much did you get yours for?
I got it for like $63. So it was cool.
All right.
And it's all good. So
shipping and handling?
Yeah, free. It was free shipping.
Oh.
Okay, so here's the Obi-Wan right here.
Okay.
And it's unpunched, so it doesn't have a hole in it yet. Now, this right here.
If I poke this out, you'd be pissed?
Yes.
Why was I thinking the same thing?
What's up?
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to see you get pissed off on the episode.
So obviously, look, this is the same Obi-Wan that was in the original form in the vintage, and they re-released it on retro. So it's the same Obi-Wan. Really cool. Again,
same card too. Like this is the packaging, right?
Yes.
It's got the retro sticker on here,
that's it.
but it's got the vinyl cape, and there's the lightsaber in the arm.
It extends out too.
in the arm, so
Yes,
it pulls
does.
out of the arm.
It extends out too.
Okay.
And then this one right here is obviously the Tusken Raider. Now, again, this is like I said, it's the same thing as the other ones. They're going with the with that look. With
I like how they posed him on the box when he's holding the
Yep.
the staff. What's that called?
um,
But he's holding it like
think
in the
it's
movies when they had to re-edit it, but have him going like this. But it was just them rewinding it and putting it back,
Right.
back and forth. It's called the gaffy stick. Okay.
that's Death Star Commander.
Now their helmets were cool. On here, it looks like a bowl cut, like Ernie Reyes Jr.
Well, a lot. Here's a tidbit of trivia. The reason why George Lucas always had that kind of helmet was because he was it's not he was paying respect or anything, but he remembers like World War II, like the Nazis and all that stuff, how they had like certain
Their helmets,
gears
their
and
design.
helmets. So he wanted to make sure the bad guys were,
To instill that
instill that too, that little World War II theme.
intimidation.
Yep. The evil empire. Just like the Nazis with the evil.
Well, and then Darth Vader's helmet is kind of looks similar to that
100%,
samurai.
100%.
Yeah.
So George Lucas wanted to do that.
Well, if you look at Grand Moff Tarkin and his pants,
Yep.
they come out baggy on the side like the Nazis or
That's
the
right.
Germans.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. So
And you can look back even in the old other George Lucas films, Indiana Jones, who was always the bad guys? Germans.
right.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So that's the Death Star Commander.
And this is Obi-Wan. Yeah, Tusken Raider.
And then here's this one.
Okay.
Now everybody knows who this character is.
Well, my girlfriend doesn't know anything about Star Wars, so she's the gold guy.
This is the gold guy.
The gold guy.
C-3PO is the same way. Again, all this is from the original Star Wars. They got re-released retro version.
What I love about the original Star Wars and retro version, how you said they pay homage, is because the newer toys of C-3PO, he has like a orange or a brown leg or something. It's a different colored leg. Because if you stay true to the movie, as the toys progressed, as the toys progressed, they got more authentic towards what they looked like in the movies. This is more of concept, or C-3PO is a gold figure, but you don't realize he has because all throughout Star Wars history, C-3PO is always evolving, and
he had like one leg that was kind of faded, huh?
it was like a brownish,
different.
rustic. Yeah.
Okay. Is that because he got repaired in Bespin?
Well, yeah, it just shows the history of C-3PO because that was episode 4, right? So his evolution when Darth Vader first made him, he was just all wires and circuitry. So it's always been like losing parts and limbs, and Chewbacca had to put them together, and the Empire.
Bespin,
Yeah. So it's like he's just constantly evolving. So I love that this toy just shows him fully golden because it's the whole. They're not going to think of why make a toy with the piece that's different color,
Right?
But as you evolve in the toy game, they get more looking like the toy, the figure or the character.
And for the viewers out there, they made 2 waves of the Star Wars retro. So this is I believe this is wave 2. Wave 1 has other figures too. So it's a total of 12.
Okay.
So just be on the lookout for those. And then this one right here, this is one of my favorites of all time.
You like Jawas, I think, because you're like the same size as
Yes,
them.
I like them because they're Mexican, they're mechanics, and they were little, okay? And they worked so hard.
The one that you gave me that we switched over, you
Yeah,
really
we
didn't
traded
want
for
to
the
part
other
that.
day.
I could tell you didn't want to part with
I didn't want to part that, but I was like, you know what? It's okay. Again, I've always liked the Jawas, and when they make that little sound, and I always like the gun. Now, remember, the reason why, as you can see, the cloth, as you can see, it's kind of like furry. You can tell right there from this kind of like furry, whatever. Not furry, but it's there was a variant, the vinyl.
The
vinyl cape was in high demand, but some kids were choking on it back in the day, so they had to stop the production of the vinyl. That's why the original one is worth over $2,000.
So if we can get more kids to choke on this toy, then we could make more money. It would increase its value.
Wow!
Thank God you guys
You're
are
watching this.
comedians.
Please choke on these things.
This would be the dark episode, everybody. No, but I definitely, that is on my bucket list to get one with the
vinyl.
With the vinyl. If I made it rain for a man, that's on the agenda too.
So it would be a Jawa like this, but it would have the cape like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
100%. Now, like I said, they discontinued that back in the days, back in the vintage toys days.
Oh my God, you're choking up.
I'm choking up right now.
Vintage.
It's like, vintage. Because of kids were getting sick or hurt or whatever so they had to change that real quick. And
But
shout
they
out
changed that, but they left the small gun where it's the
but
choking hazard also.
Yeah, all those things were bad. But again, shout out to Kenner, which is based out of Cincinnati. And also, if you guys ever get a chance, please watch the documentary, The Toys You Grew Up With.
Okay.
It's on Netflix. Their first episode was about Star Wars, and it dissects that particular action figure, Jawa, too.
So I don't understand because it says Kenner here on the front, right? But on the back it has Hasbro.
Yeah.
So what's going on here? Is this Hasbro's kind of like homage to Kenner? So does Kenner and Hasbro both own this, or like
That's a
when
good
they
question.
sell this,
Maybe
who
we can
makes the
look
money?
that up, Solomon, because it is. I've noticed that too, because Hasbro. I know that
They're
Kenner's
doing the
still.
retro on it, right?
I know because I think it is Kenner that's doing all these figures still.
So
I think
still
so.
Kenner.
I think it's more like they're trying to be authentic to the actual company, and so they put the Kenner logo on the front.
It
It's
could
sort of
be
like how you go past an old restaurant or an old building and it's changed to something else, but they still have the old sign up there for paying homage to that.
But it's,
Yeah,
but
because
it's
look,
new
even
management.
right here it says Kenner and all that stuff. So yeah, I think it is Kenner. I hope.
I think it's Hasbro, but
Yeah,
Hasbro's
it's gonna be Hasbro.
It's gonna be Hasbro.
Hasbro? All right.
But they're just throwing Kenner on there to show the
authenticity.
The authenticity. Yeah, that this is it. Because it would look weird if it said Hasbro on there, like with all that.
Now this is the last one.
What I love about this R2D2 is because it's a sticker, the whole body parts on it. So it's like, how cheap is that? But it's more expensive because it's a sticker. And then whenever I had this toy, the sticker would always end up peeling off. So you'd have like a nude R2D2, like he would have this stuff or it would get dirty and it would fade out or it would turn yellow.
And every time I see R2D2 now, for some reason, it reminds me of Felipe Esparza, our comedian friend, because he always had that funny joke about with the Mexicans. We were in Star Wars too. We had R2D2 because it's the closest thing to Arturito. And he was a mechanic, and R2D2 was a mechanic on the movies.
And he whistled.
And to me, shout out to Felipe Esparza, a friend of ours. He has that in one of his specials, and it always makes me laugh to this day.
Oh, it's bent here a little bit.
It's okay.
You see that?
It's all right.
You can take a blow dryer. I don't know if you know this.
Is it bent on the top a little bit?
It's bent right here. Look, but you could take a blow dryer to that, and don't try to do it now. Oh, okay. Or
He doesn't
do
have
it
a
now.
blow dryer.
There it is.
Now.
We're fine.
You could do a blow dryer trick, right? Have you heard of that, Solomon?
I've heard of it.
No, I haven't.
Oh, but the heat of it expands it out and it pops it back out without making any indentations.
Really?
But maybe it's too late for that now because
No, it's okay. No, it's starting to get better.
Oh, it's starting to get better.
All right.
Use a blow dryer. It's a good collector's trick. If you ever buy a toy and this is vintage, it's excellent condition, you can actually look at it to see if they took a blow dryer to it or not, because the blow dryer ends up
Good to know.
yeah, melting that pot. Also, if you're like changing heads on toys and you want to replace it and customize figures, or if you're trying to put a gun on a figure's hand, but it's hard to put the gun in there, you could take a blow dryer to it, and then the plastic easily moves up, and then you could put the gun in, and then it'll end up closing back on it. But it's because I play with my toys and I pose them and I do action stuff, but it's really good. You could take it to I found that out because one time I left, I was playing with my Marvel toys in the swimming pool, and I left them out. But when I got them the next day, they were so loose and limber because the sun did that to him. So
Okay, so you said a blow dryer then. Just
blow dryer is a handy tool.
Because it just has a little thing right here. I could do that.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Well, thanks for coming in and showing your retro.
Like I said, this retro just came in the mail, so I wanted to show it off, but I wanted to make sure that you guys go out there and get the newest wave with Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith. It's a hot toy. It's a like I said, these are the Star Wars Retro Collection 6-packs. So get those and keep the nice box, because that's always worth money too. Sometimes on eBay, people just sell the box.
Yeah, I saw that.
So again, be on the lookout for these toys.
So the new one that you're talking about is rare because it's combining.
Yes, it's combined Revenge of the Sith and Attack of the Clones.
Wow, this one right here is
just Star Wars. This is wave 2 of the Star Wars.
All right.
So please, you guys go out there and get those. And yeah.
All right. Thanks for tuning in to The Collector Strikes Back. This is episode 22. You guys, may the force be with you. Live long and prosper. I know that's Star Trek.
Yeah.
But we ain't hating because we know Solomon loves Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Please be out there. Be safe. And again, we'll see you guys next week. One love. Yes, yes, yes.
CCC.